Each day I wake up and I have my morning coffee. Each cup is an additional 16 ounces, attempting to stop me from allowing you to control my every thought. But I keep drinking, my thinking, into sinking feelings about linking the fake things we layered on the real things we shared to protect ourselves from caring too deeply. To keep our guards unguarded and not let our emotions seep too neatly into each other's hearts because for some reason you found it too difficult to love me through the distance keeping us apart. But for me, that was one of the many reasons it was worth staying together. Imagine the passion that happens every time we weather another stint absent each other's touch. For me, time and distance were never enough reason to say, this is too tough and I don't think that we should stay together. Because it wasn't until you that I realized the color of true love was the color of your eyes accompanied by the glow of your smile. The undeniable beauty of your mind. The bind you have on me feels sublime, but ever since you left, I have been trying to climb out of this vast abyss known only as loneliness, and I feel like the only way to climb free is through endless amounts of 16-ounce coffee. Every morning, my alarm clock is the warning sign that my mind is about to kick into overdrive, fantasizing about what we could have been and the perfection that we once were, because to me, beyond perfection is where we were headed for. The only time I've ever been to heaven is when you're laying next to me. And the only time I've ever felt euphoria is the way you say, I'm so ridiculously in love with you, even a blind man could see, and that was me. The one absent her sight, who with you could understand the true meaning of what true love looked like, so you should know that I'm still in love with you. And every morning brew only seems to inflate my longing for you like a helium balloon, floating me away on thoughts of our clothing splayed across our bedroom floor. My ear presses up against memory's door and tunes into the sounds of our lust. My mind's eye finds us wrapped within the blanket of our trust, where both of our heads rest together upon one pillow like the perfect silhouette of the moment I first fell in love with you. And then to fall asleep and count the sheep upon the field of our dreams where complete bliss was found within the company we keep, only then to open my eyes to see your eyes were nowhere in sight. I'm forced to fight the fright that frantically flows into my bloodstream, and the only tool I have to do that is this 16-ounce cup of hot caffeine, so I can stay awake and fake a smile to represent a person who doesn't feel hollow, desiring nothing more than to dial your number and ask if you still dream those same dreams within your slumber, but you don't answer your phone. So here I am walking alone on the street, attempting to resist letting the thought of you creep onto every wall of concrete surrounding me. I see you on sidewalks and stores, on corners, on doors, on street signs and cars, on t-shirts and bars. I see you on the subway, in every window display, in every story of every building. I can't help but see you in every direction from every angle on everything. When I walk into museums, I can only think of our history. When I walk into bookstores, I gravitate towards the section with mystery novels and survival guides because my subconscious thinks they'll teach me how to check my vital signs because my coffee intake is way too high. And although I try to deny feeling anything other than fine, my mind convinces me I'm injured because an empty feeling still lingers in the areas between my fingers where you shaped your hand like a glove and laced the warmth of your love with the pulse of my heart. When I start to speak the words I love you, I can still savor the flavor of the taste of your lips and the goosebumps created by your fingertips, and for a brief moment I slip back into the paradise of our kiss. But I know that missing me like this is counterintuitive because it is entirely one-sided. You've decided you never want us again, and I'm just pretending that now could be then, and I'm stifled because it feels like you're aiming an assault rifle at our relationship that I'm standing in front of protecting. And your ammunition is all the love that I've invested, and I can feel the pair of precisely aligned crosshairs on the left side of my ribcage, which is harnessing all the rage that I've withheld over you making the decision to end us by yourself. And every morning I try to ignore that you pulled on that trigger and felt no remorse. But when you cracked that shot and I braced for impact, it only exacerbated the fact that I still want you back. Because I'm shackled in this self-conscious prison that has arisen from your decision for our division, with bars that are made out of mirrors that reflect all of my unattractive physical defects that only I can see, because since we no longer talk, I needed to give myself a reason for why you seemingly rejected me so easily. This is for anyone going through a one-sided breakup gone wrong. They say old love only hurts until new love comes along. Don't make the same mistake that I did and lock yourself into a depression. Instead, use me as an example and take away from this one lesson. That if loving you back is too much to ask, don't get stuck in a rut. Instead, grab some skim milk, 2 sugars, and a 16-ounce cup, because waking up and letting it go is something that needs to be done. Step 1 is out of the way of that gun. Step 2 is still hearing that bullet shot, turning around and watching that relationship ascend into the forgotten, where from there it will drop down to you a key that you can use to unlock those shackles and take step 3 out of your prison cell and into a new beginning. Where out here, there are just 3 policies. The first is to just maintain your honesty. The second is to never devalue yourself, because to someone you are a commodity. And number 3 is the next time you feel ready to brew your morning coffee, just remember that it's healthier to always drink responsibly.